Oh, no, no. Oh, is this not gonna work? I'll be curious. It's Steam. Game. Ooh, doesn't like it.
Righto, Ty. There's no point in mucking about.
Okay, so it works like that.
Why don't you have another go, you mug?
It doesn't work like that. It doesn't like full screen.
You took your time, mate. Now listen to this. You took your time, mate. Now listen to this.
Guess we're quitting that. Try again. Doesn't like it. Curious. Wonder if I do. Okay, that's fine. Okay, I think that works. Like that.
Righto, Ty. There's no point in mucking about. Righto, Ty. There's no point in mucking about.
Laid below. Below that.
Why don't you have another go, you mug?
Do it like that, it seems to work. Guess we have to do it like this. Not happy about that. Let's keep an eye on it, see if there's any other issues. Welcome in, everybody.
Time, Panda. Now listen to this.
Using a bee on blind, eh? I only ever capture a bee for mothula. Wow, this didn't bother. They did not bother improving this at all, did they? Shit.
I gotcha! Okay, Ty, I'm it. Catch me if you can. Don't move, mate. I'll get help.
This game's going to be aggressively Australian, isn't it?
Don't be afraid, Ty. I am Nandu Gilly, the Bunyip Elder.
G'day, mate.
It's time you knew the truth. Years ago, a great battle was fought over the fate of 5 mystic talismans.
My dinosaur ancestors were here first, you stinking furry mammal opportunists. Remember the comet! No! You mammals don't deserve to be at the top of the food chain! No! Now to restore the natural order once and for all.
That was the sound of a door opening in Doom.
Oh my head! Never, never, never! Bye bye. No!
Those brave few who challenged Boss Cass were trapped in the dreaming.
Mom? Dad?
Word grows that Boss Cass is seeking out the talismans again. He must be stopped at all costs. It's up to you to find the talismans before he does.
It's up to me to save my family.
Oi, Ty! Are you okay?
Murray? Oh, am I glad to see you. Oh, you're never gonna believe what just happened. I was playing in the forest when the ground suddenly... And that's when you showed up.
Rude! Sounds like you've got a fair dinkum adventure ahead of you, mate. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. I'd much rather be at home watching the footy. But I tell you what, you do the adventuring and I'll help you out where I can. Welcome to Rainbow Cliffs, mate. By the way, whenever you see one of these signs, I won't be far away. I've heard that if you press the action button, you can talk to me, whatever that means. Okay, now let's get down to brass tacks. If you're gonna be out adventuring, then you'll need another boomerang. And I know just the place to find one. Head down to Bly Bly Station. I'll meet you there.
Australian is such an odd language. So, this is Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. A 3D platformer from the PS2, GameCube, Xbox era. This is the HD version that was released in 2020. I've never played this before. Welcome in, Zeke. I mean, why have one when you can have two of anything?
You'll need another boomerang, mate. You'll find one down Bly Bly Station Way.
The FOV on this feels really small. Oh, look, mate. It's a kangaroo. Ruth. How's everybody doing today? Like video games, I can aim. True Warriors use 3. The third one goes in me mouth. So, my exposure to Ty the Tasmanian Tiger is one advert that they showed back when this was coming out of various popular mascots at the time in hospital beds, with the implication that Ty had put them there. Included Crash, Sonic was there, possibly Spyro, I forget. And that's all I've ever seen in this game. Gotta get some work done. Yeah. Lame.
G'day, Julius. Now, if I just reroute these wires to... I said g'day, mate. Are you deaf?
Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, I didn't see you there. I was just making some last-minute adjustments. Well, you must be Ty.
G'day. So, you old coot. What's this contraption do?
This contraption is the key to finding the talismans. Why is this so? It's quite simple, really. It uses an oscillatory microfeeder to scan for trace energy signals that match the unique power matrix of the talismans.
Huh?
Like a big nose that sniffs them out.
Oh.
Ah. And thunder eggs are the key to powering the machine.
Thunder eggs? Oh, they're as rare as hen's teeth, mate.
Couldn't you just use batteries?
If only it was that easy. You see, this machine doesn't just find where the talismans are, it actually teleports them here.
Struck me lucky.
And that, my friends, requires a great deal of energy.
So a lot of batteries?
So, how is Ty here gonna find all these thunder eggs?
Yeah, I was just wondering that myself.
A reasonable question. I've created these portals to lead Ty to areas rich with them. Of course, they won't just be lying all over the place.
Just our luck.
A lot of them will have already been found. The trick will be convincing the locals to part with their prized possessions. But I'm afraid I can't help you with that.
Normally,
If
violence
you're
would be a
as
good way to
resourceful
convince
as they
locals to
say,
part with their
Ty,
possessions, but this is
I'm sure
Australia.
you'll think of something.
Righto, Ty. There's no point in mucking about. You've got to find a second boomerang. I'll see you in 2-up.
So Chrome Studios, the developers of this, are actually Australian. Probably best known for developing like various side versions of games. Like, if you play the Wii version of Star Wars The Force Unleashed, I think the Wii version, the PS2, and the PSP version, they developed that. But this was an original creation of theirs.
This billabong has got the lot. Gum trees, wallabies, and even a koala.
I was wondering if
There's plenty
Billabong
to
would
do
come up.
here, so let's get a move on. Listen, mate, I solved your problem.
Which one?
I found you a second boomerang.
Oh, it's true.
That's great. Where is it?
See that tree over there?
Yeah?
Well, it's not there.
Okay.
Right. Well, where is it?
It's on top of Frillneck Peak.
Oh, great.
Oh, don't worry. You'll just have to jump, run, rang, and bite your way there while avoiding Boss Cass's henchmen. Look, mate, life wasn't meant to be easy.
I feel like that's probably like the national motto of Australia. This feels very croc-like.
Beauty! Butler! Bonza! I got one!
Yeah. 1 down, 71 to go. Come on, let's get a move on. Now you'll have to use your wits to find all 8 thunder eggs in each area. Get out of it. I reckon those dunnies are a complete waste of space. Only last week I used one, walked 2 blocks, was clobbered by a frill, and then woke up back on the dunny, which was the best place to be given the surprise I got. Julius reckons it's got something to do with the space-time conundrum. But if you ask me, I think it's a load of bull dust.
So, you're saying that if I have an accident, I'll end up back at one of these?
Something like that.
Alright, do I have to activate it? No? Alright. I'm not overly taken with this HD version, though. The camera control is very loose. The FOV feels really small. The options menu on the main menu is under extras, which is odd. And of course, there's no borderless full screen mode. But at least it has subtitles.
Truth, Ty, you've got a fair set of choppers on you. I reckon you could put them to good use by pressing the bite button. Get it? It's choppers. Bite button. Never mind, Ty. Move on. Have a go at those crates.
I feel like the options under the extras menu wasn't common, but it was something you saw occasionally back then. Something that should have been changed for the HD version.
Now, I was speaking to a bloke down the local watering hole, and he reckons you can use your rangs to take care of enemies and smash things.
Shoo Ripper!
He said something, now wait a minute, he said something about pressing the throw button to use them.
Alright, so that means checkpoint's active. Yeah, like the camera control is very slippery. Like, here's the range of movement for it. Like, it very quickly hits its peak. Yeah, I could very much understand that, Panda. But I paid for this, so we're gonna play it. Wouldn't be the first case of the original version being preferable to the HD version, though.
Oh no, not more cages. Struth! What happened here? Boss Cass did this. He's caged all your Bilby mates and hidden them across the land.
Oh, yeah? Well, big mistake. No one messes with my
I
mates.
paid for this
Now,
version,
there's a
see?
thunder egg in each area if you free them.
No worries.
Fucking start
Unless
with it.
you're Boss Cass.
What version do I actually have, though? Real quick, checking it. Oh, we have to disable this while I look because the fucking thing doesn't work right. I think I have the GameCube version. And I was debating just switching to that, honestly. When the window capture would not. Yeah, there it is, GameCube version. When the window capture would capture it properly. But unlike you, Teak, I didn't have someone saying, you know, this version will probably be better for you. It'll be easier to run, it'll have less issues.
You young'uns, have it easy these days. If you want to get a better look at your surroundings, just wiggle your camera stick. And you can adjust the camera distance by pressing the camera distance button.
Oh, sweet.
In my day, we had to get off our backsides if we wanted to see the world.
Yeah, that definitely feels better. Like, that's just too close.
I don't know if it's true.
This
but
is
I
very
heard about
stop and
this
start.
bloke who found 300 opals, then took them to Julius's opal machine. Anyway, something weird happened, and he ended up with a thunder egg.
Righto.
I don't think so, Teak. Maybe. Alright, you know what? Fine. Fuck it. Why? Oh, often. Change this real quick. Why are you displaying? Again. Up. Why is dolphin? And maybe it'd be a good idea to default to the control that's plugged in. Fucking kidding me? Why is dolphin being a pain in the ass now? Again. Go. Ugh. Well, there's some issue going on with dolphin at the minute that I can't. I need to adjust the settings because it's pushing the dolphin window on top of everything. Yep, there you are. I'm not fucking around with it anymore.
Welcome to Rainbow Cliffs, mate. I've heard. Okay, if you and I head.
Ah. Camera controls are inverted with no option to change it. I hate this. Hate it so much. There's like left, right, up, down. Hey, Ben. Oh, being a dick again. Yeah, we're just gonna keep playing the HD version. Fuck it.
This billabong has got...
I'm not
Listen,
playing
mate,
with
I
inverted camera
solved your
controls.
problem.
Absolutely not. I'm surprised you never saw that advert I was talking about earlier, Bane, where Ty the Tasmanian Tiger seemed to have like massively injured a lot of the other platforming mascot platformers at the time. We've wasted so much time on nothing. Alright, let's get back to where we were at. I don't believe so, no.
When I was a lad, there was this kid, Toothy Malone, I think his name was there, who could bite his way through a dozen pies in less than a minute. These aren't pies, mate, but I reckon you could chomp the lot by pressing the bite button quickly. Try biting them quickly to reach that thunder egg.
Alright. So it's like Sonic's homing attack chain, but it actually works. Yeah. Looking at this, though, my most immediate comparison is Croc and the Legend of the Gobos. Which you should all remember, because the remaster for that came out recently. Actually, an odd thing, I didn't really play any mascot platformers in the early 2000s. I had the GameCube and the Xbox at the time, and I had Mario Sunshine. That's kind of it. I didn't play Sly Cooper until the PS3. I still haven't played Jak and Daxter. I played maybe an hour of Ratchet and Clank. I played the demo for Blinks 2. Anybody remembers Blinks the Time Sweeper? To be fair, though, Bane, there's a reason for that, and it's that the games were generally lower quality. Like, I've played Wrath of Cortex, I've not finished it. It wasn't great. I played my sibling's copy of Enter the Dragonfly for maybe 20 minutes, and it was like, wow, this is not good.
Yes. This just might do.
G'day, Julius.
Oh, hello, Ty. You know this golden...
No, Julius, I said,
be perfect for my
g'day.
latest invention. The Cogulacious Boomerangulus Extrapolator.
Right, what's that?
Why, it's a machine that creates experimental techno-rangs. I need golden cogs to build a new one. 15 to be exact. And if you find enough, bring them to my lab in Rainbow Cliffs and I'll build you a new boomerang.
You're on, mate.
I've only beaten the first Sly game, but it was pretty fun. I platinumed it on Vita. It is one of my, I think, 8 platinums. It's a pretty solid game. It's a shame that you can't get them on modern platforms. Yeah. The Sly trilogy was good for me, because I bought the trilogy on PS3. I remember it was £10, it was on sale, and I bought the trilogy digitally. And when I got my Vita, it turned out they were crossplay. No, they were cross-buy. And I hadn't played them yet. So it was like, great, here's 3 games for me to just play on my Vita as soon as I buy it. So that was good. But I only ended up beating the first one. Not to say the others aren't good. I've heard the first one's the weakest of the 3.
Julius told me to tell you this, but I have no idea what it means. Apparently, according to Julius, you can lock your camera on to enemies at any time by pressing and holding the lock-on button.
I wouldn't necessarily be against playing more. Okay, the lock-on immediately fucked up. Okay, so the camera locks onto the enemy, but Ty doesn't. Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily be against playing more platformers. I feel like the whole collectathon aspect just generally isn't for me anymore. Who knows, maybe the right game could convince me again. Yeah, I suppose like you want a good reason to hold on to the PS3. The Sly games. Not even the Sly trilogy, the 4th game that they made. Not Sucker Punch, Sanzaru Games made that one. PS3 and Vita only. No option to play on PS4 or 5. Except maybe PS Now, but like who wants to deal with that? I appreciate that the boomerang comes. Dual wield.
Well, I wouldn't have believed it if I didn't see it with my own eyes. You actually found the second boomerang. Well, there's no time to sit around and feel all pleased with yourself. You're gonna have to put that new rang to use. You see, I had a thunder egg I was gonna give you, but a bunch of frills stole it. You'll have to take them all on to get it back.
I think this visual style does work fairly well. There's a crocodile. I think this is the thing with like a lot of PS2 games, or PS2 era games. Like a simple up-res is, in a bunch of cases, all that's really necessary. Oh, it says I got 100% of everything. Am I done with the game already? Thanks, Clem. Join me next week for my speed run of Ty the Tasmanian Tiger.
Well, it looks like today wasn't a complete waste of time.
Looks like your man's not a complete
You
waste
seem
of
to have
time.
learned a thing or two.
Oh, yeah, you're too right.
You know, there's one other thing I could show you, but I don't know if you're ready for it yet.
Yeah? Well, what's that?
Well, a mate of mine who knows a mate who knows a mate who knows another mate says you can use 2 boomerangs to glide long distances.
How?
It's simple, really. You jump, then press and hold jump again to start gliding.
Right. Is that safe?
No.
Safe as houses, mate. See if you can glide across this gap to reach that thunder egg.
Australian really is an odd language.
Ripper!
Look at that.
That made
Me
no
mate,
sense.
Mate was telling the truth after all. Just as well I didn't call for an ambulance. Well, lad, you made it through with flying colours. And as a little extra bonus, a stopwatch will appear near the start.
Okay. What's that for?
The racetrack. You can race the clock to win another thunder egg.
Right. I'll give that a go later.
Yep.
Well, that's enough gas bagging from me. Let's head back to the Bly station.
Sure was, Bane. I thought when it said use 2 boomerangs to glide, he was going to spin them around in his hands, like hold them above his head. But no, he just holds them out. Really odd.
See these funny-looking mushrooms?
No.
A bloke down at the local watering hole reckons that if you stand in the middle of them, something weird will happen.
Oh. No, I glide using the retractable wings that come out of the back.
Welcome to the track. Race to the finish as fast as you can, mate. The checkpoints will lead the way. But miss one and the race is over. Good luck.
I really should play the Sly trilogy at some point on stream, because I did actually quite enjoy Sly 1, and I've heard Sly 2 and 3 are much better.
Was a ripper of a race, Ty. You're faster
And
than
you guys can see the achievements popping up, right?
Case of the belly ache. I reckon you've earned this. Oh, you beauty!
Like that one that just said I completed all the time trials. Is this actually a demo and I didn't know?
I found it!
Let me see that. At last, a mystic talisman. It's time to move out. We got 4 more talismans to find. You there, fetch my bags. Soon unimaginable power will be mine. Mine.
Well, I am very good at video games.
Yes, yes, Thunder Eggs power this talisman machine.
Yeah, you said
Make
that.
sure you visit all the portals.
It's fun enough, it controls well enough, it's colourful. Question is, will it maintain that appeal?
Fresh rainforest there. See the cute wallabies. Surf the slippery water slide. Watch out for those leeches.
What the fuck? Yeah, it's got a good visual charm to it. Very straightforward. Definitely the first of the series, but whether the rest of the series expands is a question.
This time, her truck has broken down at the end of the forest road.
Yoo-hoo!
But if that isn't bad enough, I spotted some blue-tongue lizards nearby. You reckon you can give her a hand? You bet. I'm on my way.
And give her a ring. There's clearly something wrong with these achievements. Yeah, there's definitely something to be said for simple appeal. It's a big part of the reason why I prefer Crash 2 to Crash 3. It doesn't overcomplicate itself with all the gimmicks. And I know some people prefer Spyro 1 to Spyro 2 or 3 for that same reason. Sometimes simpler does just appeal to people more than the more expansive combat or whatever they add into the sequels. Bigger may be better, but doesn't always appeal to everybody. It's a basket. It's a picnic basket.
Here's some free advice. Certain enemies deflect your rings with their thick skins, but are hopeless against those pearly whites of yours. So sometimes you have to bite the bad guy.
You're a fucking liar, mate. That bug is dead. Yeah, simple can absolutely be a big appeal. There's something to be said for the original Devil May Cry in that regard, versus its sequels. Get him! Well, it says I got 100% of everything again. But then it says I only got one achievement. What's actually going on with this?
Listen, Ty, before you tackle this water slide, there are a few things you need to know. You can speed up and duck under the logs by pressing the bite button. And you can slow down by pulling back on the movement stick.
Alright, well. That controlled really oddly.
G'day, Cobber.
G'day, Ranger Ken.
I need a favour, mate. There's a flock of cave bats in there.
In the cave.
Hey, bats.
It's nearly the wet season, and we need to move them out before the caves flood.
No worries.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Seek. Well, I didn't see any bats. Curious. I think that guy lied to me. I don't think there are any bats in here at all. Yeah, it's 2 trips through the cave and not a single bat in sight. That achievement's starting to piss me off. Yep. Yeah, there's fall damage. Was I supposed to glide over there from here? If that's the case, I'm better than that. I don't know what those things are.
There's a flock of cave bats in there. It's nearly the wet season, and we need to move them out before the caves flood.
Are you sure
No
there are
worries.
bats in there? I'm starting to think you might be insane there, mate. Frogs? Well, I guess we'll never find out the secret of the cave bats. Well, bye. Alright. Well, if they're not in there, Teague, then we don't need to move them out, do we? Just block up the cave before they come back. You know, speaking of Pokemon, I was actually thinking earlier, you know, if I was going to do a proper Pokemon game on stream, maybe I would do Let's Go. Because I do actually have Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. I got it really cheap at my last job. And I haven't touched it. Thank you, Clem. Ah, shit. Yeah, I remember. It was like 20 minutes. The biggest trouble I've always had with the idea of doing, like, actual Pokemon on stream, like main series Pokemon, has always been that I find the battle system boring. And the trouble with Let's Go is that would also be true. You had so much time to do anything about that. If I had a DS capture card or something, I would be totally down to do Pokemon Ranger. I actually quite like the Pokemon Ranger games. Yeah, I think generally the Pokemon spin-offs have been more interesting than the main games. But it always feels like the spin-offs don't get the same kind of budgetary attention as the main games do. At least until Pokemon Legends Arceus, maybe. Yeah, who knows? Who knows, Highlander? Who knows? You know, I also never actually had Pokemon Snap. I feel like Nintendo really missed a trick by not putting out a Pokemon Snap game on the 3DS. With the camera and everything. Like, they released the 3DS and they've got the whole AR, like all those AR games that come with it. And they don't think, you know, maybe a Pokemon Snap game will work with that. Yeah, I think for me to actually be into main Pokemon again, they would really have to revamp the battle system. Nintendo's a serious company that does anything that they feel like doing and that nobody else thinks would be a good idea. took them so long to put out the classic Pokemon games on the 3DS, and now the 3DS eShop is gone, and now you can't get them anymore. And it's like, that's money to print, Nintendo, and they're like, nah. But you list, say, the top 10 Game Boy games, and you can guarantee Pokemon is absolutely up there. Top 10 must-have GameCube games. Pokemon. G'day, Sheila.
Oh, shivers! Oh, Ty, am I glad to see you. Would you mind keeping those blue tongues off me back while I fill up my watering bottle?
No worries.
Thanks, Possum.
Nintendo are a very consumer-unfriendly company.
Hit the boulders with your rang so they knock the blue tongues out of the way.
Okay. The perspective on this is odd. By the time new Pokemon Snap came out, I'd lost any interest in the concept. But, like, let's be fair, the original Pokemon Snap also had some very obscure triggers. But maybe it made up for it by being a smaller game. Or maybe it's just that we would have played it at a time when we had the time to just examine the entire game.
Thanks heaps for what you did back there, Possum.
No worries.
Yeah,
Hey,
that.
I
Tiger.
found this at the creek. You want it?
Shoe Ripper!
Well, I better get a move on. See you soon, Possum.
That whole sequence was so weirdly edited. Well, might as well get that time trial.
Let's you and me race, brah. Bet your thunder egg you can't beat me.
What the fuck just happened there?
I did it!
Wow, you won. You got lucky as all. But fair is fair. Next time I'll beat you. Sweet.
I'd be down for another Pokemon Ranger game. But it's another one of those cases of a concept that probably won't work on anything other than the DS. Like Etrian Odyssey. Like, yeah, I was interested in picking up Etrian Odyssey HD when it came out. But you just know in your heart that it's not going to work right. Where did that come from? It's a real shame. I do really like Etrian Odyssey. I like drawing my maps. I don't know where this is. Appreciate that, Panda. I tell you though, it's frustrating as somebody wants to try and own as few video game systems as possible. Just have games that can only really be played on specific systems. Right. Alright. I know where I am now. That's in a cave. Not actually looking for the bats. Surprised these canyons have stuff in them. Bada bing. Where am I now? Alright. Let's take another look for these bats.
There's a flock of cave bats in there. It's nearly the wet season, and we need to move them out before the caves flood.
No worries.
In here, he says. Bow, 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 bow. That's not a texture that's aged well. Speaking of textures that haven't aged well, I should play Metro Prime 2 soon. I think I got Prime Hack working on my PC again. That's where I play it. Yeah, how many do we have? 11. You said need 12?
Yes, yes, Thunder Eggs power this talisman machine. Make sure you visit all the portals.
Alright.
Oh, you little ripper, Ty! You found a fair dinkum rainbow scale! When you find enough, take them to the Bunyip Elder at Rainbow Cliffs.
Okay. Yeah, we got an ad coming up, so we'll probably run it before we start this next level. And then maybe we'll let somebody choose one of the skins. But yeah, we'll run this ad.
Rules of nature!
And we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. We're back.
Welcome to the Great Barrier Reef, full of beautiful fish, friendly natives, and inviting sandy beaches.
Or at least it was
It's a
until the
beautiful
tourists
for a
ruined it.
swim if you know how.
Do you know how to swim, Ty? No.
Ty, mate, good to see you again.
G'day, Rex. You saved anyone today?
Funny you should say that. Elle went for a bit of a swim out near Danger Spike.
Danger Spike? Where's that, Rex?
It's a nice little spot, not too far from Shark Reef.
Yeah, and?
Well, anyway, she's an excellent swimmer, but she hasn't come home yet. I'm starting to get a bit worried.
Struth.
I'm on lifeguard duty, so could you have a look for me?
Well, I would, mate, but I can't swim.
Tell you what, I'll teach you. Follow me. When you're in water, press the bite button to dive, then tap the jump button to start swimming.
Okay. Wish me luck.
By the way, those boomerangs of yours won't work underwater, but I got a prezi for you that'll fix that. These are aquarangs. I found them in an old shipwreck years ago.
There's
They cut
nothing
through
there,
water
Rex.
like a hot knife through butter. If you can dive under the water and grab them, well, then they're all yours.
All right.
Good one. The aquarangs work like regular boomerangs, but you can only use them underwater. Oh, and one other thing. You're not a fish, mate, so keep an eye on your air supply.
Yeah, thanks, Rex.
Use the aquarang to hit this switch. It'll open the shark door so you can be on your way.
Sweet.
It's odd, so much of this feels like really sloppily put together. And I feel like part of it might be because of the HD version. But I can't just put it past... I can't just say it's not like weird PS2 era jank. Alright, let's go for a swim. Go back. Oh wow, you can move pretty fast, huh?
Great work, Ty. You've learned how to swim and use those aquarangs. With a bit of practice, you'll be a champion swimmer just like me.
You beauty.
This is my good mate. She'll show you the way to Danger Spike. Good luck, mate.
Does she have a name?
Hey, Ty. You can swim faster by tapping the jump button to gain speed. Let's go find Elle.
Does she have a name? It is actually genuinely surprising how fast you can swim. The water looks quite nice, though. Super Mario Sunshine gets a lot of praise for its water. I think it looks pretty good here. Dick. I don't think those are sharks, I think those are barracudas. Okay, those mines just go for me. That's very rude. I think that's a shot.
Hey, Ty.
The swimming's not bad in this. I do really appreciate the speed of it. I don't think that's doing anything.
Follow me! Careful, Ty. These eels look pretty nasty.
I'm getting Majora's Mask vibes off this. Tell you what, swimming in Majora's Mask was really good though. And then they ruined it for the 3DS version.
Stay out of the way of those sharks! They're big meanies! Press the action button to swim into the cage. Press the action button again to swim out.
The voice sounds familiar.
Hey, Ty.
Odd how the sharks aren't going for this nameless seahorse. There's a conspiracy at work. Truth. These lizards goose stepping? Oh. So I appreciate the speed you can swim at. Now if only there was a sprint button. Okay. I could probably just walk up there if I had a horse. Yeah, not enough games from around this time would give you an option to go faster. Not an intended one, anyway. It's why you end up rolling so much in the 3D Zelda games.
Hey, Dal, how are you?
Yeah, good. And what about you?
Let me guess. Rex was worried about me again?
Yeah, that's right.
Isn't he a sweetheart?
Your sunglasses are clearly
Well,
too small
I
for your
better
head.
get home so he stops fretting.
Righto then.
By the way, I found this on the way. Want it?
Yeah. Kind of reminds me of Spyro 2 the way a lot of this works out. What a view to a kill. Nope, I do not get enough horizontal momentum off this for that. Perfect. Like a dolphin jump out of this water when I'm going at speed. Good thing I'm already doing a playthrough of Majora's Mask, or I'd want to do a playthrough of Majora's Mask. Well. I could do with the camera turning with me. Yeah, I like that. You know, playing this, I feel like we all just need more PS2 era games in our lives. That's where our happiness truly ended. Maybe I should do Euro PS2 next year. Can I come up with a reason for it to be the year of PS2 next year? I was actually out earlier today, Bane, and I saw a copy of Shadow Hearts from the New World for £15.
So, Ty, are you up for a race? See if you can keep up.
I actually own Rogue Galaxy. I've had it for years. And I've never put much time into it. Something I absolutely need to change. I enjoyed what I played of it, and I picked it up specifically because I feel like there's not enough sci-fi JRPGs out there, though it is more of an action RPG than a JRPG. Yeah, I've got the PS4 version as well. Because, you know, I'm spent a bunch of time trying to consolidate as much as I could onto one platform. And with the PS2, that was absolutely a mistake. But as far as I'm aware, European releases of PS2 games on PS4, a lot of them have frame pacing issues. That don't exist in the original releases.
You little ripper, you fair dinkum beat me. I've trained you well, mate. My swimming coach gave this to me when I first beat him in a race. Now I want you to have it.
Gee, thanks, mate.
Cool!
Well, there's a long documented history of the various versions of San Andreas and the issues. The PS3 version is based off the mobile release, which in itself has always been a mistake to ever do that. But yeah, the frame pacing issues in a lot of PS2 games on PS4, specifically in the PAL region versions, is because, like, you know, games used to run at 50 Hz in Europe. And so a lot of these PS2 games do, but they're sped up. Artificially sped up to run at 60 Hz. Rather than just, you know, giving us the American release. Because then the American release probably won't have a lot of the extra languages the European versions do. So rather than letting them play at the original rate they played at, they speed them up so they run at 60 Hz. Which in a lot of the cases means that they run at 30 FPS rather than like the 25 that it was slowed down to. But the issue is it's done lazily and sloppily, and so it results in a lot of frame pacing issues. Little jitters very constantly. Essentially, like, the whole issue with PS2, more than anything else, is like, if you aren't going to set yourself up for quality emulation in some way, like, the easiest and cheapest way to get quality PS2 emulation is a Steam Deck, undeniably. But if you're not going to set yourself up for quality emulation like that, the best way to play PS2 is, without a doubt, on actual hardware, because Sony has never replicated it in a reasonable fashion since the original release of the PS3, backwards compatible ones.
Oh, dearie me. My sweet little angels have wandered off exploring. Now I can't find them anywhere. Please, can you help me?
I do love actual hardware. As much of a pain in the arse as it is to display in a reasonable fashion. 8. Well, at least they glow.
My babies. But where are the others?
I don't know, I'm gonna get fucking baby sir. Yeah, it's super disappointing that Sony keeps on putting out PS2 emulation solutions on their systems, and all of them have been terrible in some way. Like, I physically own all 7 Shin Megami Tensei games on PS2, and that was never really my intention, because they're all available on PSN on PS3. And so it was a case of, like, I can get them on there and play them on there. Especially in the case of the Devil Summoner games, which only the first one was released in this country, and is super expensive. But they run awfully. They run, like, slower than they're supposed to, and they have noticeable audio lag. And in the end, it was just a better solution to just end up physically owning all of them. I remember a friend of the stream, Crag, also pretty big SMT fan. When he was streaming Nocturne, he was doing the PS3 release, and he just had to stop after a certain point because the game just wouldn't display properly for some reason, and it wasn't something he could just get past. And it's kind of crazy that Sony hasn't put more time and effort into making these solutions work, because the PS2 easily has the best overall game library. So many good games. So many weird games.
My babies. My precious babies.
So much interest
Thank
in
you
bad
so
games.
much, little orange fish creature. How can I ever repay you? Hey, I know. You can have this sparkly rock I found in the sand.
Oh, thank God, I thought it was going to offer me
All
sex.
right.
Yay!
Yeah, the underwater exploration in this is quite fun entirely because of how fast and smoothly you move. I can understand why this was your favourite level, Panda. Yeah, I can imagine so. It plays well enough, it's colourful. It's got enough going on. I'm not enticed by your sweet dance moves. Gotcha, bitch. I feel like at the time this came out, I would have been fairly entrenched in first-person shooters at the time. I'd like to say RPGs, but like there was really only the one RPG on GameCube. There was more, but like I didn't own Paper Mario: Thousand Year Door. I had Lost Kingdoms too, but I have never enjoyed. I've never enjoyed card-based battle systems. And I've never owned Bates and Kaito, so I wouldn't have enjoyed that either. Yeah, at the time it would have been probably stuff like the Borden games, Time Splitters, Halo. Yeah, it probably would have been mostly first-person shooters. I didn't really have anything of survival horror on GameCube either. I didn't own Resident Evil on GameCube until way later. I had a little survival horror when we got the Xbox. Cold Fear. Dino Crisis 3, which I didn't actually play much of. Yeah. If I'd had the PS2 at that time, it would have been JRPGs, but that wasn't until later. So as it is, it was just the JRPGs I could get hold of, which on the GameCube was not much. Yeah, and of course Vice City. Vice City and San Andreas, I feel like it was mandatory at the time. You know what? Fighting games. Not all fighting games. Because Tekken wasn't on Xbox until Xbox 360. So I didn't get Tekken Tag Tournament and Tekken 5 until I got the PS2 in 2008. So on GameCube it was Smash Melee and X-Men Next Dimension. I didn't have Soul Calibur 2 on there. I had Soul Calibur 2 on Xbox. Spawn. But yeah, I suppose for the most part it was like anything we could get the hands on. Anything I had access to. Nowadays, can pick and choose, and you have to because of the limitations on our time and energy. It's one of the big reasons why I feel comfortable with the idea of, like, as the industry gets worse and worse and games get more and more expensive but less and less worth it, absolutely okay with the idea of just going back and playing all these old games that I never got to play. Because there's a lot, as much as I've played over my life, there's a lot there that I haven't that's absolutely worth the time. Operation Genesis. Was that a theme park simulator on PS2? I've heard of it, but I've never played it or looked at it because I'm not a Jurassic Park fan. Yeah. That was probably the first theme park simulator, wasn't it? It's odd how the Jurassic Park games became pretty much entirely just theme park stuff. Did it get you into them, or was it the only exception? Yeah, Theme Hospital had a PS1 release, didn't it? I think it's a genre you would have gotten into more if you had a PC at the time. Because that genre was primarily only PC. Of course, now you do have more games like that on console. Did you pick up one of the Jurassic World theme park simulator games? I think there were 2 of them. Not played it yet. Fair enough. There's gotta be a way up there. Yeah, tell me about it. Conceptually, I'd love to get into something like Crusader Kings, but those are games that people actively spend months on. It's like I don't have enough time and energy for the JRPGs that I want to play. That I'm already into. Still not really played Shin Megami Tensei 5. Yeah, I did finish Mad Max recently, though. So, like, that's some kind of progress. And I've been playing Carrion recently, which I think is an indie game. A little unwieldy, but it's basically enjoyable. I have too many video games. What? Hmm. Oh, that's clearly an entrance. Come on. Go away. Can't believe I can walk on this, but it'll make you slide off things that are way less steep. Alright, that's probably enough for this level. That sun is aggressive. Yeah, I like that. Alright, do we have enough?
Yes, yes, Thunder Eggs power this talisman machine. Make sure you visit all the portals.
2 more. Are there other portals? Could be. It's a bushfire. I feel like I'm not going to end up finishing this game on stream. There's clearly enough space for me down there.
We need at least this many fire Thunder Eggs to power the talisman machine. Why is this so? The power of the Flammaraneous eggs convert extraneous matter into a Walsh matrix for the production of plasma. With options on a dual overhead multi-valve 4-speed automatic transaxle, this gives us illusory results. Keep looking, Ty.
There we go.
Oh my! You found enough golden cogs, haven't you? These will be perfect for my latest invention. I call it the Cogulacious Boomerangerous Extrapolator. Ty, it's a machine I designed to create cutting-edge techno-rangs. Oh my! This is very nice. It's a Zoomerang. The Zoomerang has a built-in telescopic aimer. Press the Ty's view button to activate it. Use the movement stick to aim and the camera stick to zoom in and out on enemies for greater throwing accuracy. No worries. To select it, use the previous rang and next rang buttons to cycle through your collection.
I feel like that's not as good as I was hoping. All right. You know, every now and then we go back and play something like this on stream. And while it can be a bunch of fun, it really just makes me realize this isn't my genre anymore. Which is kind of a shame. Shorter bursts, maybe? Maybe it's not a genre I can put hours into at a time anymore.
That Julius is a fair dinkum genius.
FPS games these days, absolutely. I feel like a big part of that is the decline. I've spoken about this before. The decline of the FPS genre into primarily the modern military shooter. Like, it used to be I could play something like Time Splitters or Halo, start to finish in one sitting, and I'd enjoy the whole thing. Not really the case nowadays. Probably part of my hesitation to do some of the Bond games on stream, honestly.
This billabong has got the lot.
Yeah, I absolutely understand that. Again, it helps that Republic Commando is fairly short. But there's not a lot of variety to it. While that was absolutely fine back in the day, nowadays you do really need something more. A little more to it. Maybe in a few years. But as we've been going forward with the stream, there is a bunch of stuff that I'm just having to recognize that I'm likely to never play again. Once we've done them for the stream. That and, like, I feel like in a lot of ways I am more into directed experiences nowadays, rather than this open-ended collectathon style. I feel like a game like Bioshock would have kept me going with its story. That was the case with Bioshock Infinite. I enjoyed playing through that largely because the story kept me going. But the issue with Bioshock is the twist was spoiled for me before I ever got a chance to play it. You want to explain this to me?
I was down at the local watering hole last night, and this bloke was bragging about how he could throw a boomerang better than anyone else. He reckons if you hold down your Ty's view button, you can get a rang's eye view of your target. So, got me thinking, would that really work? See these air platforms? Underneath are 3 switches. Why don't you use Ty's view to target and shoot them? You might just find an easier way to get to that thunder egg.
What is this?
Wasn't a half bad effort, Ty. I reckon with a little more practice, you'll get there.
I did get there. Well, I guess that's enough. Bane, would you mind snoozing that ad for me?
It's about time you got here. I was about to go home.
Yeah, I got it.
Anyway, I had a thunder egg I was going to give you, but a bunch of frills stole.
No, we already saw this
You'll
one.
have-
Okay, so the last one's over there. I figure we'll get the first talisman and then we'll call it. Well, at least we got to see that.
Jolly good, Ty. You've collected enough thunder eggs to power the machine. Let's give it a go, shall we? Outstanding! Simply outstanding! The energy levels are off the scale, and yes, I've got a lock on one of the talismans. Stand back, Ty. It's coming through.
You know, would have expected more of an explanation for this boss fight. Like, it feels like we just got here out of nowhere. The framing and editing on the cutscenes is so odd. How did that end up in there?
Well done, Ty. You've retrieved the first of the ancient talismans. When Boss Cass discovers that we're out to thwart his plans, he will do all in his power to stop you. Be careful, my friend.
She'll be right, old-timer.
Struck me lucky you actually found the talisman. I just might have bet on the wrong horse. Anyway, mate, Julius has got a present for you at his lab.
I've made a most exciting discovery. The talisman machine is brimming with excess energy from the fire thunder eggs. By diverting that energy to my special hyper-techno boomerang maker, I can make special elemental rangs. Watch. Simply smashing. I present to you the Flamerang.
You beauty!
Yes, this rang can start fires and melt ice. It even has a more powerful effect on some enemies. To select it, use the previous rang and next rang buttons to cycle through your collection. It will aid you well in your quest.
He's clearly
Now,
not German, too.
Do try it out.
I don't think this works, Julius. So we saw ice somewhere around the overworld. And now we've got to presumably go and melt it. This. Was it in here? There we go.
He's smarter than I thought.
Was that prototype? And now more areas to go to. I think we're gonna call it here. 27%, really. So presumably it's 3 areas then, but 5 talismans, that wouldn't make much sense unless the game was cut down quite a bit. Who knows? Good game. Fun, enjoyable. Probably not something I would continue on stream. But off stream, possibly. As a kid, definitely would have enjoyed the hell out of this. Nowadays, it's not my genre to play for an extended period. I can sit here and play RPGs and dungeon crawlers for literally hours on end, but something like this, an hour or two maybe, and then I have to stop, take a break, and come back to it later. But it's good. It's fun. It plays well. It's enjoyable. I really like the swimming, honestly. It was really nice. Maybe we should bring back the Sunday showcase. Stuff like this. But yeah, it was enjoyable. I would recommend it as a collectathon platformer idea. Yeah, the old weekend one-offs used to do on the Let's Play channel, the Sunday showcases we did for a little while that were kind of fun, but I hate stopping games like that and not finishing them. But yeah, that's gonna do it for us for this. Recommended. This was fun. This was a surprise. Stay tuned for next stream where we'll be doing another surprise. Something that everybody's wanted for quite a while. What will it be? You just have to think, like, what has everybody wanted to see on this stream for quite a while? That's right, it's Bubsy 3D. But yeah, that might be tomorrow. It's Wednesday today, isn't it? Yeah, that might be tomorrow. We'll see. And if I want to go longer tomorrow is fine because nobody streams on Thursday. I already have a Let's Play of that, Teak. So if you want to see that, I will link it for you in the Discord. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who joined the stream. I was really appreciate the support. Big special thank you to everyone in chat. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Clem, Panda, Teak, Bane, Leave, that was everybody. Thanks so much for joining the stream, keeping us company. Chat is always the best part of the stream. Like I say, we will be starting something next stream that a lot of people have been looking forward to and hoping for. So yeah, I look forward to that. But in the meantime, there's not really anything else to say except thank you all for watching. Have yourselves a fantastic time of day, and take care. We'll catch you next time, guys. Bye.